Here we go. We're gonna do this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to make a shape that is similar to what we've created in our little fence post that we've made. So the fence post that we've the hang on, chill out. So we're going to it works a lot like Inventor. So we're going to be creating a sketch, and then we're going to be using that sketch, and we're going to be creating features from that sketch. So we're going to up here where it says solid, you want to go to this little bottom or top left button that says create sketch, and we're going to create a sketch from there. So click on that. And now you get your three planes, but it doesn't do the weird inventor like doopity doopity thing. It just says, hey, you want to use this one, or this one? Which one do we always do? Bottom one. Pick the bottom one. Okay. So it's going to send it to the bottom one. And then from there, we're going to create a sketch. All of the sketch options are up here. There's the line tool, the rectangle tool, our familiar circle tool, the lovely spline tool, mirror. Spline is a curve, so like instead of a straight line, it'll make a line that is not straight. So we're going to use a 2-point rectangle, click on it, and let's go ahead and start at the origin, and we're going to make a sketch that is, I have to not do this on shape style, so drag out your rectangle, and it's 3.5, tab, 3.5 inches, yes, and then hit enter, okay? Why did you have it in millimeters in the first place? It starts off in millimeters? Okay. Well then, then in that case, there is a way to change it out of millimeter mode. And if you go to document settings, it says inches. Change, or if it says millimeters, uh, change. If you click on the little pencil button next to it, you can change the active units. Okay, change those to inches, please. We're alive so far. We're kind of alive. I'm ready to extrude. Document settings? It's okay, okay. Look, up in the top left corner, there it says document settings. Look in the top left corner, it says document settings. Okay. Units, inches. Document settings, units. Yeah, click on the arrow and then click on the little pencil to change the active units. Okay. Your what? Okay, good job. Don't do that. Uh, click finish your sketch and go into isometric view and I'm gonna go to there. You can click the home button up here. Click the home button. Then then we're gonna click extrude. It's the top left button. It's just like it was in Inventor. We're gonna click extrude. And how tall did we make these little fence post things? Okay, so we're gonna type in 4. Right, the things that we faced that didn't go well. Okay, so this is what our basic thing looks like. Okay, yes, 4 inches high. So it's 3.5 by 3.5 by 4. 3.5 by 3.5 by 4. Okay, what's up? Yes, you can change the angle it extrudes at. It is. What's weird? What's weird? I don't understand. Hanging off the wall? Well, okay. Yeah, I don't think I'd worry too bad about it yet, but we'll find out whether or not we need to worry about it. Yeah, we'll find out whether we need to worry about it later. Okay? So make sure that you save it. So upstairs where the little disk is, save it. And I want you to name it um, fence post stock. Okay. And the location, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep mine in the project called CNC Masters. But you can make a new project in the bottom left. But since this is being used on the CNC Masters Supra Mill, I'm going to keep that in CNC Masters. I'm going to hit save. Yeah, you got to make a new project. So make a new project and save it in, either call it like CNC machine or CNC Masters or Supra Mill. If we start using the Haas one, you'll probably want a different folder, one for the Haas and one for the CNC Mini. It does take a little bit of time to make the project, it's true. Because remember, all of these files are being stored in the cloud. These files aren't being stored. No, you're not overloading it. We cannot personally. You would need a lot more files. How do you cut? We're gonna get there. Re- Remember, cutting is the same thing as extruding. So you just use the extrude command and you do it backwards. We are gonna make a sketch. I'm just waiting for everybody to have their project done. Has everybody got it saved? Okay, good. Because we should be able to go back to that block without having to redo that. So if we saved our block, and whenever we save it again, we'll just do save as instead of save. So we should be able to we'll hit save as instead. All right, so we want to try to do this cutting maneuver that we've done earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a sketch. So hit create sketch, and I want you to click on the top of the block. Okay, create a sketch on the top of the block. And then we're going to create a rectangle, a 2-point rectangle. Okay, and I want you to make a 2-point rectangle exactly like you made the last one, all the way across. Okay, then you're going to use this tool over here that looks like a sideways U, and that's called the offset tool. Okay, what that does is it copies the sketch that you just made, and it's going to copy it a certain distance away from it. So like, let's say that we want our cut to be 0.125 inches. Then we're going to set that to negative 0.125, and it will cut in. So now we have a sketch of a outer border that is exactly 0.125 around. Where do you want me to back up to? Where do you want me to back up to? Okay. You're going to make a rectangle around on the outside. Okay. You're going to make a rectangle around on the outside. And then you're going to use the offset tool. And you're going to use an offset to create an offset inside. So you're going to hit offset and you're going to do negative 0.125. Okay. Hit finish sketch. And then we're going to cut. So we're going to extrude. I'm going to go to the home position so that it goes isometric. And I'm going to hit extrude. I'm going to hit the ring of the surface on the outside. And we're going to type in negative 0.25. We're going to go in. We're extruding. So it's going to be negative 0.25. Doing what we were doing, except we're doing it with computers, yes. What? Edge trimming? Trim cut? I don't know. Basically, we're just going around the outer border. We're just trimming around the edge. Negative 0.25, a quarter inch. Negative 0.25, a quarter inch. Okay. When you get that trim, do me a favor and hit this little button that says File and hit Save As. File, Save As, and call it Trim Cut. Fence Post Stock. Trim Cut Fence Post Stock. Why did you put a hole in your fence post? You totally put a hole in your fence post. Why did you put a hole in your fence post? Why? Why did you put a hole in your fence post? Uh, what do we got here? Where? Why is there what? Where'd that even come from? How did you do that? Is that a real hole? Go to the front view. Just click on front. Click on front. Click on front. Click on front. Okay, now zoom in for me. Zoom in. Oh, what'd you do? You like divoted it or something. You like put like a tiny little hole inside of it. Are you sure you did? That almost seems like that was on purpose. I'm not sure how. How did how go over to where it says sketches. You see sketch 1 and sketch 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure where that hole came from, to be honest. I'm not gonna be honest with you. I don't know where it is. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure. It's kind of that's really awkward. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Oh, hey, look, you just killed it. That's fine. Okay. I I I don't know off the top of my head. So no, definitely not. Okay, so hit file and then save as. It's the little one that looks like a page, and then hit save as. Call it trim trim cut fence post stock. Okay. What was the first? So you're gonna make a rectangle. You're gonna make a rectangle, and then for the offset, you're gonna do negative 0.125. Hit OK. No, you don't need to do it again. You already did it once. You don't need to do it again. So then hit finish sketch, because you should have. I have a question. Why did you put that on the side of your fence post block?
This is the long part.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting.
I don't know why. Don't
That's
ask me.
you clicked on the wrong, you clicked on the XZ axis instead. Yes. So they're comfy. I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Negative 0.25.
Okay, yeah. Negative 0.25. Hit OK. All right, now you cut it on the wrong side. You need to cut it on the outside, not the inside. So Control Z, and then try it again. Go to extrude. Click on the outer ring. Outer ring. Okay, negative 0.25. Okay, hit OK. There you go. All right, now we have it. Okay, we're everybody's okay. Everybody's okay. So from here, we've got our fence post stock. We've saved this. So what you need to do is you need to click Save As. Okay, so Save As. Up here in the file, click Save As. Okay, call it Trim Cut CNC. Trim Cut Fence Post. Trim Cut Fence Post. Okay. Now we haven't even like this is just the 3D object of what we're trying to do. This isn't even the cutting software yet. So whenever we get to the cutting software, we're gonna have to learn some new skills. These skills should have been remotely familiar to you guys, like something from the past, like riding a bike or something like that. You're like, oh, okay, I got it now. I remember how to extrude. This is fine. Okay, do what? You technically can, but I mean, I'm not going to. It's technically possible. But here we go. We're gonna go to up here in this top left, change design, and you're gonna go down to manufacture. Okay, click from design and go to manufacture, because we're changing this around. We're changing this from from regular mode to manufacturing mode. So we're going from a design standpoint over to a manufacturing standpoint. Okay. And the units start off in millimeters. We need to change that. Okay. What's up? Oh, okay. That's cool. I guess he can try if he wants to. We need to change these units. Okay, so we're going to change the active units to inches and then hit OK. Okay. Once again, we were in design mode, right? We were in design mode. And then no. I'm just going back for everybody. So we were in design. You're going to go down, you're going to click manufacture. So we're going to go from design to manufacture. We're going to go from design to manufacture. Okay? Those are fancy mode. So then you're going to change, first thing you're going to do is you're going to change your units in manufacture to inches. So we're going to change our units in manufacture to inches. Click on, click on the, click on the, click on the pencil and change it over. Okay, everybody there? Everybody there? Everybody there? Okay. All right. So if you guys look at the top, instead of having sketches or things to actually do from a sketch-wise, there are pieces of actually using machining software. So what you'll do is whenever you click on these individual things, what it's going to do is it's going to create G-code for those individual setups. And there is a facing operation. Okay. Now, the first thing that we probably need to do, though, is we need to set up a couple of things inside of our setup. Yes, we're set up there. So like this. Okay. Um, I don't think we necessarily need to click setup on that one yet. That wasn't necessarily what I was talking about. Um, yeah, and if we, like, for example, let's say that we want to do a facing operation. Okay, so on the milling machine part, click on the face option, which looks like that G-code thing that you guys have been writing for a long time. And whenever you click on that, there's going to be like an absolute amazing amount of options that are going to show up over on this side. Okay, there are a lot there there are a lot of options to go through here. Okay, there are a lot of options to go through here. So whenever we talk about our spindle speed on the CNC machine, it's got a raw number, but that doesn't necessarily tell us how many RPMs that the machine is running at because our CNC machine has several different pulleys, which means that once we find the right speed for the wood, we're going to need to measure the spindle speed, and we're going to have to probably do that using a strobe light. Okay, because that's yeah. Yeah. So some of y'all have shown you how to do it, some of you have not shown y'all how to do it. So not yet. Yeah. That's I did that, yeah, I did that in PoE. So I did, I know. Because I'm in a hurry. That's I mean that's my only real reason. So, but that's okay. I'm going to teach you how to do it here. All right. Spindle speed. Spindle speed. Why don't we go ahead and change this to 2500? Why don't we go ahead and change this to 2500? Okay. Yeah, hit facing. All right. Now, there's a whole lot of different other things down here, like the cutting feed rate and feed per tooth. Whenever you change one of these numbers, the other ones usually change because of it. Okay. The ramp and the plunge feed rate are how fast it will actually go into in the Z direction material. Do what? Spindle speed? I'm going to go with 2500 for right now. And if it turns out to be too slow, we'll adjust it as we see fit. Okay. Now, from the next one, we're going to have to go to geometry. Okay. Look up here. See how there's different buttons up at the top? We're going to, in order to actually get a proper set of G code going, we're going to have to go through every single one of these buttons. Okay. So yes, we're going to have to make sure that we have all of our stuff hooked up. Like for example, the coolant selection, we want to do coolant disabled. You don't want this thing to, if it's wood, you don't want to start like spitting out coolant all over the place. It's generally a bad idea. The tool, we can select the tool, and when you select the tool, there are a lot of different options that happen here. This will basically show you every single tool created by everybody ever. Okay, so if you just go to sample tools inch, we should be able to find just a regular 1/4 inch end mill. So see if we can find a 1/4 inch end mill. Let's see if we go to milling. Yeah, it's okay, so like in the top right for tool category, if you just click milling, it's going to have a whole bunch of different end mills. Click on this one that says 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch flat end mill. So flute length 0.75, overall length 2.5 inches. Click on that one for starters. We don't want a bullnose. We want a 1/4 inch flat end mill. A 1/4 inch flat end mill, diameter 0.25 inches. Okay. And it's going to go through several different options that we could pick for, let's see here. Yeah, that's actually cutting a slot through aluminum. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do plastics, and we're going to do plastic slotting. It's probably going to be the closest enough to wood as we can get. Okay. Now, whenever you select your tool, you're going to see that the actual tool is going to show up where we're actually having this on our machine. Do what? Slotting. Yeah, just do plastic slotting. That's going to be close. Okay. Since we did that, it went ahead and it changed our spindle speed to what should be required for actually cutting this kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What's up? Yeah, I did do mine sideways, didn't I? Oh well. So that's okay. We can change it. I could have sworn I did the bottom and not the side, but apparently it switches it whenever you go into cam. So that's okay. It, mm, mm, okay. What? Yeah, where's the setting for that? I don't know. I thought you said I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, look, if it's backwards, here's what you do. In the second spot where it says geometry, click that button. And there's a button that says tool orientation. If you click that checkbox, you can change where the axis is. Okay? So see where it says tool orientation, select Z axis. Okay, so right now it says that the Z axis is nothing. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to click on the Y direction, and that's going to become my Z axis, I hope. JK. Do what? Where? Go back to what thing? Right here? Okay. There's select Z-axis and X-axis, and there's select Z-axis and Y-axis. So really just kind of go ahead and hit select Z-axis, plane, and X-axis. So the Z-axis is going to be straight up and down. So I'm going to click on this one. And the X-axis is going to be across this way. And maybe that's backwards. Haha. Z-axis. Okay, there it is. So I'm going to make the Z-axis this way. So I'm going to click the Z-axis up here, and the X-axis is going to be just one of these two, probably this guy. So when you got it set up right, the Z-axis should be going up this way towards our stock. Up this way. Why does my Hootie Buddy what? Well, you should have a checkbox there. Just click the checkbox. There's no checkbox. There's literally no checkbox. Did you select a tool? Are you in geometry? Uh, are you positive? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I totally can't see. I don't know, dude. Oh, you didn't. You do have your tool selected. I don't know, maybe it's because you got it in the right spot compared to everybody else. I don't have a good answer for you.
That means you're all loser.
So for stock, you're gonna click on.
I don't get the stock.
You're not gonna give it any.
It doesn't tell me I have a stock.
Oh well, I broke it anyway, so just start over.
What?
Huh? What?
I want to start over.
Pretty sure I just made you start over.
Really?
I didn't mean to. Oops. Yeah, start over.
Control-Z?
Does it work? No, it doesn't work.
Why'd you do that?
I didn't mean to. Sorry. Didn't mean to. I did. I ruined everything. It's ruined. Ruined. Absolutely ruined. Okay. So here we go. If we click on stock contours, well, what you do is, well, I'm not entirely sure to be honest. There should have been, I know that with Inventor, you can actually make a box that shows you where your stock is actually located. So for now, to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to select this outer ring for my stock contour. So I'm just going to select this edge. Do what? Well, right, it says nothing. You have to click on it to actually get it to do something. Right. Yeah. We'll try that for now. Now, the next one, the heights, will automatically set up. Y'all know how whenever y'all were making the Gcode, that would have like the Z minus 0.25 and then Z plus 0.25? You can automatically select predetermined heights of the inside of Fusion 360. So there are 3 heights that mainly get used, okay? And that's going to be the bottom height, the top height, and the clearance height. Since we've only got one cut going here, the bottom height and the top height are pretty much the same thing, okay? So notice how if I go to the side view, the bottom height and the top height are on the same spot. That's because this is a facing operation. So it's not going to move anywhere like in further. So we don't have to worry about taking our facing operation and worrying about a depth that goes even deeper. Whenever the object does the facing operation and is done, it's going to go to the clearance height, which is this line that's up here. You can change this line by just moving it up and down, but having it like 0.4 inches above is probably not a bad thing. Okay, so this is automatically to make your life easier. This is not to make your life more difficult. This sets in how far this thing is going to go down. Okay, so you basically don't want your clearance height going too terribly far. Okay, the number of passes will tell you the tolerances, the pass direction. Yeah. What's up? Yeah, so like if you go over here, it tells you the number of passes. Okay, and it might be, we should actually be seeing a toolpath that actually occurs here now. And it might be because I actually have the stock on the wrong contour. Yeah, do me a favor. Go back to geometry, and when it says stock contours, change that outer ring. Did you get a symbol up on top? Is it actually showing you stuff? Change it to this top one up on top. Yeah, so when you go to passes, well, I guess it doesn't. Okay, so since it's a since it's a 1/4 inch end mill, the step over is 0.25 inches. So it will go. The step over is how far it's going to sweep back around whenever it does its thing. If you set it to 0.25 inches, it's going to 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. It's going to cover like everything. Do what? Then it will do more passes. If you put 0.125, it'll do more passes. Okay. And then you don't need to worry about linking anything yet. So once you do that and you've got your facing and it says 0.25 and you make sure that that's okay, just hit OK. All right. And what you should see is it should actually make a Gcode simulation of your stock. Okay. And you should actually see the passes up on top of it. The green actually shows you the stuff that it's going to try to shave off. And right, that green is basically, and you kind of notice that whenever you look at it, that it might actually leave a little bit of it behind. Okay, so our passover is not nearly as big as we want it to be. So you can, all right, so it works just like a sketch does in Inventor. So if you want to go back, see where it says T1 face 1? This is facing operation 1. So you can right click on it. T1 means tool 1. So you can right click on it and then click edit up at the top. And it will take you right back into there. Okay. So if it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, what you can do is you can go back in the number of passes and you can say that you want it to have a, let's see here, like a pass extension or a stock offset. Okay. The stock offset specifies the distance that the machining boundary extends beyond the stock boundary in both the X and the Y. So I think we saw a couple of spaces where it needed to go over. So why don't do what? 0.25? Let's make that stock offset 0.25. And let's keep the step over the same. And let's click OK. And we'll try again. See what happens. It looks like that one might actually work out a little bit better for us. I don't see any like little goobers left out on the side. And I think that'll work out okay. Yes. 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 Need to bevel it first? No, you want to face it first. Yeah, the facing operation, you want to face it at the beginning. Okay. It looks like it went far enough. What do you mean we'll just cut it off? I don't even understand. Okay. So, one last thing that we can do is whenever you go to the face 1 and you right click on it, you can click simulate. And when you click simulate, it will actually run a simulation. If you do it. Okay, look over there where it says T1 face 1. Right click and click simulate. You can hit the play button and it will run through your G code and it will show you basically what it's going to do. So that way you can do the simulation without having to run through it downstairs and taking 500 hours to handwrite your G code. It'll just do it. And if you need to change it around, you can change around the number of passes and it will do that. Okay, so that's a facing operation. And then we're going to have it cut around, yeah. Absolutely. If yours does not do it all the way, you need to set your offset or set the number of passes either way. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I think we have 7 minutes. Do we want to try to do a trim? It's not okay. Now, hang on. We don't. There are a lot of different things that we could press here. Some of them will be easier G-codes than the other ones. What's up? Yeah, you can run the simulation. So do you know how to get to it? Okay, so I'm gonna click escape. So you see where it says T1 face 1, right click, edit. No, I'm sorry. You want to simulate. Right click, simulate, and then it's gonna pop up your tool, and then you just hit the play button, and it'll run its way through. Okay, that'll simulate it. There we go, all the way through. Yeah, definitely save it, and definitely save it as fence post, trim cut fence post stock, because on Monday, we're gonna keep going on this. So I'm gonna hit save, and let's see here, add version description, I don't know. I'm just gonna click user saved. Yeah, you should have already trim cut fence post stock. Trim cut fence post stock. And then we'll be good to go for today, I think.